What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Dad Tax podcast. We've got the youngest here. What's your name? Introduce yourself.
Esther.
Esther.
Pearl McCormick.
Perfect. And you can look at me. You don't have to look at the camera. So I brought Esther on. She's our youngest, and we had a couple things happen this last weekend that we're really excited to talk about. But also kind of this last year, and more than anything, I want to learn from you. And I want to hear what you, from your perspective, how things went this year and who I am as a dad for you. What do you like about me being a dad? So we're going to talk about all of those things today. Okay. First, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the intro. We had the intro message, and then this is the first official episode of the podcast. Still figuring out the mic situation, so I'm going to hold this for now, and then kind of go back and forth like an interview. But Esther does dance. She is our youngest. She just turned 8 years old last month, and we had an amazing year in 2024. And I just felt the need to come on and talk to all the dads out there, because I feel like there's only so much that we can do about society. There's only so many things that we can have control of, and it starts in the home. And more specifically, it starts with fathers and with those of us that have chosen to have children. If you are a step parent, those of you that have chosen to take on that responsibility of children. And I feel like society will be definitely better off when there are parents involved, and more specifically, more fathers involved in their children's lives. So we're just going to talk a little bit about all of those things. If you like this style of podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. That definitely helps support us here at the channel. There's also other ways. If you're on Apple and Spotify, leave us a review. Pearl, do you know how to leave a review on?
Nope.
No. Well, it's super simple. Maybe we'll show them at the end of the episode how to do that. Very simple. It costs you no money. Costs very little time, and definitely appreciate the feedback so we can keep getting better ourselves. So we're here on the Dirt Bag by Canvas Cutter, and it's just a bean bag, but it is more than that. It's awesome. It's taken a beating with Nerf guns and Nerf wars and kids playing on it and jumping on it, going out to camping trips, watching, what was it that we did out at Antelope Island? I can't remember what we were watching, the stars or the moon. It was like a super moon, right?
Yeah.
Remember when we pulled out the spotting scopes and telescopes and stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've taken it out to various activities. This thing is still the favorite chair when we sit down and watch movies and more. So let's get into this, Pearl. What do you think? Let's do a little recap of 2024. Actually, first, I want to know from you, what do you think, what is the most important thing to being a dad for you? If you were to say one, maybe two things that are most important for you having a dad, what would that mean for you?
Would mean like. What was the question?
So what is the most important thing about your dad for you?
That you love me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that you snuggle me.
And that I snuggle you. So let's talk about that. So you said that I love you is the most important, right? Okay. So if that's the most important thing, how do you feel most loved? Like, what do I do that lets you know that I love you?
You tell me.
Okay. How often do I tell you?
Mostly every single day.
Okay. So if I wasn't able to speak and tell you, what are some things that I do that show you and therefore tell you that I love you?
You snuggle me, and you let me pick some movies when we are watching movies,
Mm-hmm.
and you just text our friends' parents when we want them to play with us,
Mm-hmm.
and you just are really kind to us.
Mm-hmm. Do you need rides to dance?
Yeah, and you drive me to dance,
Mm-hmm.
and you do a lot of things to help me.
Yeah. Why do you think I do that?
'Cause you are my dad, and you love me.
So you bring up a lot of good points here, Esther. there's a lot of things that I do on a day-to-day basis other than just tell you that show you that I love you. Would you believe me if I just said I love you, but then I ignored you all the time and never let you have friends over and never took you to dance and didn't, spend time with you with movies or going outside hiking or anything like that? Would you believe me that I loved you?
No,
No.
I would not.
So it's important to say it, but it's also important to show it, right? Yeah, exactly. So
From my
I took the words from her mouth. So that's definitely that's a big thing that I find really important is it's just like with faith, where faith is just believing in something, but faith without works is dead. So if you just sit back and say, well, I believe in this and that and the other, the way people know that is because you go out and you act on that faith. You go and do things. You go to church. You go and serve other people. You talk about Christ. You do things that solidify and show others that you are a faithful person. If you're just sitting there telling someone over and over and over again that you love them, but then you ignore them, you don't do anything for them, you don't talk to them, you don't serve them, you don't do anything with them action wise, then it's just kind of empty words. So I just wanted to bring that up from my little 8-year-old's perspective. So let's talk about 2024, some of your, we'll say maybe your top 3 favorite things that we did together, either as a family or just me and you. And I'm going to start off with something that was my favorite thing. We ended the year, so it kind of bled into 2025 in December, right? And then what did we do this last weekend? What'd you do on Saturday?
we did.
Speak up.
We did. Was it? We did my baptism.
Yeah. So Esther chose to get baptized. Did you feel like we forced you into that?
No.
Was it a choice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why did you choose that?
Because I like going to church and I like learning about Jesus.
Absolutely. And so again, a choice, but how did you know that you should get baptized? Did we talk about it?
Yeah. He talked about it and let me know that that it was a good decision.
Exactly. So yeah, we had discussions about it and you got to ultimately make the choice. Let's see. Okay, so let's start last year. What was one of your favorite things? Tell me one of your favorite things from last year. Kind of putting you on the spot. Let's not talking about movies. What is your favorite thing to do in the summer? What did we do in the summer?
Go camping.
Yeah, so we went camping in the summer. What's your favorite thing to do while we camp?
I like to look around and learn about things.
I love that. So you like to run around and learn about things. What like what? Like trees and bushes or birds and animals? Like what do you mean?
I like to learn about the different animals and bugs and just pretty much everything.
So just being outside?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's your favorite meal that we cook when we're camping? Yeah, if that's your favorite.
Hot dogs.
Yeah? Why do you like hot dogs?
They just taste good.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you like roasting them over the fire, huh? They're really good when they're over the fire. And then what's your favorite dessert when we're camping? Got crackers. S'mores. Oh yeah. It's the best.
Another roasted thing.
Perfect. So, and then you also had some really awesome dance competitions, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you also learned a solo this year.
Yeah.
Tell us about your solo. What's your favorite part of your solo?
My favorite part is my just to learn all the different movements and get better, and just like, because the more I get better, the more she can add on harder things. And I like to learn harder things. I don't like to stay at one place and then at my competition it's way too easy for me.
Yeah.
I like it being a bit difficult.
So you like to find challenges and get better because you challenge yourself. You learn what you brought up, you learn from your teacher, and you listen and you apply what you learned, and then you get better. And then you go on stage. I can't imagine doing this, going on stage and performing in front of so many people, and you do so well. You remember it all. It's crazy to me that you can do that. Okay, let's maybe point out a couple more things and then we'll wrap this up, okay? What is your favorite snack for dance?
I like the first 4 meat sticks.
Which ones?
The yellow ones.
So the breakfast sausage?
Yeah.
Those are your favorite. Why do you like those so much?
I like them a lot because it's protein and I like it, and it helps me get stronger when I'm getting tired and sloppy when I'm doing dance. So I just go in between my classes and just have some of the first 4 meat sticks, and it helps me just get stronger, and then I get to progress what we're doing.
Oh, that's awesome. So sometimes you get a little tired and sloppy when you're feeling hungry, and then you like the protein to help you build your muscles and get stronger, which is very strong. And you've already worked on your splits. You can do back bends and so many things that I'm like, I have no idea how she can do that. And then do you like the taste? Does it taste good of the meat
It's
stick?
delicious.
Yeah?
I love it.
Yeah, and she's tried pretty much all of them, and that's her favorite. So that's the one that we go with, right? Yeah, and then a good cheese stick to go with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and some water. Perfect. I love that. So, anything else that you want to talk about 2024, about last year? What was another highlight for you? What did you learn to do with, you've got a purple one. And we go up to Wild Arrow.
I like to shoot my bow. Last year for Christmas, I got a new bow and arrow.
So this year we've been working on it.
Yeah.
And you've learned how to shoot left-handed.
Yep.
Because you are left eye dominant.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about shooting a bow?
My favorite part is just like when I hit the target where like in the middle, I just feel really happy that I got it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So that's definitely something she's been working on. We figured out that she was left eye dominant, and so we ended up getting her a left-handed bow. She is naturally right-handed, but left eye dominant. So we're working on that. She's been doing amazing. Been hitting targets out at 15 yards now, not just 10 yards. And so you've been getting better. And I'm really excited about that. And then she asked me every once in a while when we can go out and shoot some more. And I guess the one thing I want to bring up. So when we talk to you guys and I ask you about your day, do I just say, how was your day?
No, you say like, how was your day? Was it good? Like, just checking that it was good for us and no one was like being mean to us at school.
Do you feel like I listen when I ask you about your day?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because if I'm not listening, you can tell me. And what about if I say, how was your day? And you say, good, then what's my follow-up question? What's the next question I always ask?
I can't remember.
What's your
favorite part of the day?
Yeah. So that for me, my wife taught me that when we first got married. And it just allows us to not let let the kids say good or it was fine. We get that a lot. I've said that to my parents plenty of times. And so when you are more specific, what's your favorite part of the day? It allows you to tap into your kids and find out a little bit more about what stood out to them most, whether it was a painful thing or a happy thing, or art, but a painful thing, happy thing, something that they enjoyed during the day that stuck with them. And that's why that question is super important. So you can steal that question, have fun with it. You'll have a lot more in-depth conversations with your kids than just how was your day? Good, or fine or whatever. That's a way to kind of escape the conversation. We don't want to do that. We want to have good conversations with our kids. We want them to know that we love them, and we want them to understand that we are listening when they're talking to us, because that's the most important thing. You want to make sure that your kids know where to go when they have questions, when they need to be heard, and when they have some problems that maybe they need to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say to everyone? It's okay if you don't.
The thing I like most about shooting my bow is the best thing that I know is that I'm progressing to go with my dad hunting and going to feel that happy feeling in my first hunt.
Mhm.
It's just going to be really fun for me.
I love that. And again, just going back to setting the example, guys. When I come back from hunts, am I mad or angry or upset?
No, you're really happy.
Even when I don't get something?
Yeah.
You know why I'm happy?
You're happy because you know that we're going to try to progress with you and let you help us when we're trying to progress, but we kind of fail. And when we get sad, you know how to cheer us up. Because when you were little, we know that you had to cheer yourself up, and you learned that through these past years.
Yep. And another reason why I'm happy, even if I don't get anything when I'm hunting, is because I get to come home to you. Right? It's the first thing you do when I get home from a hunt. You run to me and give me the biggest hug and the biggest kiss ever. I love it. Okay. Well, with that, there's episode 1 done of the podcast. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. If you are listening on the audio only version, send me an email. It's dadtaxpod or something like that. I'll leave it in the description down below, and you can check that out and send me an email with any questions or concerns or anything that you've got going on there. And if you want to support the show, leave a review, follow along on the audio only versions, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we're going to provide all the partner discounts down below. So if you want this dirt bag from Canvas Cutter, or you want this jacket from Phorm, or this vest from BlackOvis, or anything else that you see down below, get the best price possible, support the show here, and you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And like I always say,
get out, live your life, and love it.
couldn't have said it better myself. That was good. You did a good job, baby. What do you think? It was awesome.